Today we are going to be using synthetic division to solve the quadratic function and explain what the solution means. Your very first step, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set this equation equal to 0. And so you're going to have 0 equals x squared plus 4x minus 12. There you go, first step done. Now you're going to want to find your possible roots. This is very important. So your possible roots of the number in this slot and the number in this slot. Now, since there is no number in this one, it's going to be just 1. If you see an x without a number in front of it, automatically assume that there is a 1 there. So your possible roots are going to be plus or minus. And we're going to start with 12. So when you're finding your possible rational roots, you're going to want to choose numbers. So I'm going to choose 1 first. And I'm going to say, does 1 times something equal 12? Yes, 1 times 12 is 12. So 1 is going to be one of my possible roots. Now I go next. 2 times 6 is 12. So 2 works. 3 times 4. So 3 works. Then 4, because 4 times 3, 6. 6 times 2, and 12. So as you can see, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. That's kind of an interesting thing you might thought I would point out. And then for 1, they're going to go down here. The only possible rational root is going to be 1. There's only one possibility there. Perfect. Now that we have that, we can set up our synthetic division. The very first thing you're going to want to do when you set up your synthetic division is you're going to want to choose one of these possible rational roots. I'm going to start off with 1 just because it's there. So 1, and you're going to put it in a little box in the corner. So now, when you're setting up the rest of your synthetic division, you're going to be looking at this original function. And you're going to be doing the numbers in it. You don't want the x's, you don't want the x squares, you just want the numbers. So remember, there's a 1 in front of that x, and then you have 4, and then you have negative 12. And then you're going to want to draw a line below, and that is how you set it up. Now to solve, the first thing you're going to want to do, bring down that 1. Now you're going to take the number down here and multiply it by the number you have in your little box. 1 times 1 is 1. You're going to add these two together, which makes 5. Multiply 5 by 1, 5. Add these together, you get negative 7. Now, I know that 1 is not going to be one of my roots because this number right here was not 0. If it's going to be a root, it's going to have a 0. I know 1 does not work. So, if I scroll down, might have a little bit more room. There we go. So now, we are going to try another number. Let's try 2. Take it, we're going to set it up. We're going to put 2 in our box. We're going to take our original function. The numbers were 1, 4, and negative 12. And now we draw a line. Let's solve. Bring down the 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Add these two together, you get 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Negative 12 plus a positive 12 is 0. Now I know that 2 is going to have to be one of our roots because we got a 0 here. So I'm going to put this off to the side. X equals 2. We know this for certain. So now we can rewrite our function. And whenever you're rewriting your function, just know that you're going to be dropping off. Anytime you do a layer of synthetic division and you get one of your roots, you're going to be losing one of your x's. So like this was x squared, this was x, and this had none. We are going to be losing the x squared. So our new function is just going to be 1x plus 6 equals 0. And that's our new function. But we're not done yet because now we need to get x by itself to find the other root. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 6. X equals a negative 6. So there you go. These are your two roots, negative 6 and 2. So the meaning of these, so while they are the answers, they are also where your function will cross the x-axis. So for example, on here, you can see that the function, the quadratic, crosses at -6 and 2, so we solved it correctly. That is how you solve synthetic division. I hope this video helped. Good luck solving future math problems.